We are back once again, right here on the channel, and we're talking about two major stories, and well, one major story, and one thing that everyone has seems to be talking about throughout the week. Oh, excuse me, I've just had a bit of a decent rest. Okay. So yeah, I do apologize. I've just had a bit of a sleep not so long ago. But I'm fine. I'm ready to go. So yeah, let's talk about. Um, well, first things first, I want to talk about Brie and her little botching that she's been doing lately. Now, I find it. Look, I'm not gonna play sides here. I'm not playing sides for either sides of the party here. There's sides of the party that have been openly, open, openly defending Brie for the whole from the incident with Liv Morgan, and then you've got people who have been negative towards Brie and bashing and trashing her for injuring her. But all I will say is that people, we all know accidents happen, right? And that's just the one thing I think you guys need to understand. We all know accidents happen, and some people are blaming that it's Liv Morgan's fault for it to happen because she wasn't selling correctly. I've heard all sorts of stories. Some people say it's Liv's fault for not selling the move properly, like she was trying to kick her in the chest. But overall, it really doesn't matter whose fault it is. It was a botch, and it was just an accident. That's just basically how I see for the whole situation. But Brie doesn't really deserve to get slandered the way she has, in my opinion. She was she in the wrong? Yes, she was in the wrong, and honestly, Liv Morgan, and again, Liv Morgan's young. Obviously, she's never been in the ring with Brie, but you know, look, I'm not gonna be too hard on it. Like, I know it was an accident. I know Brie has been doing a lot of botches lately. It's been crazy. She's done like four like once a week. I think that's a bit weird. I think that's a bit weird, but I know why. It's some people consider it as ring rust, and I also saw that one where she went for a suicide dive and then she basically completely botched that up. I mean, I've even got it on my on my Twitter page. I mean, I've got it on my Twitter page, which looks absolutely pathetic. Look at Brie there. Jesus Christ. I've got it on my Twitter right here. She completely failed. Completely failed. She went through the ropes and then Sarah Logan was able to deliver a punch to her. I mean, like, what the hell is that, Brie? Like, I call that pathetic, and I call that an LOL moment. Like if her being pregnant is the reason why she can't really do that anymore, then stop doing it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, everyone says that, oh, it's a lot harder for her to do suicide dives that because she's been pregnant. Well, Brie should stop doing it then. Isn't that the obvious thing to do? She should stop doing it. If her pregnancy is getting in the way of her doing suicide dives, then she should just stop doing it. Or she should hit the performance center and start training more, which is one of the obvious things that she should do. Like, this is what I mean. I can't play both sides of the story. I can see both sides of the story, but I can't really pick a side here. Brie has been gone for so long. You know she's going to have ring rust. And on the other hand, is that Liv Morgan is young she's obviously never been in the ring with them, so she doesn't know what they're like. But you know, they've been in the ring with each other for a while now, so you think that she would know. But I think Brie should just really start hitting the performance center and start training. That's the obvious thing she should be doing. She should be, you know, in the performance center, you know, training and working out a bit more. See, this is basically WWE's fault. If there's anybody to blame for Brie's botching, it's WWE, because they rushed these girls back on TV. They've rushed these girls back on TV with no additional training. They're just like, welcome back, Bella Twins, you're now back full time, or something like that. Like, we don't know why. Well, as far as we know, we don't know if it's full time or not. But we don't know if they're back full time, or we don't. That's the thing. We don't know if they're back full time or if they're just back for Evolution. I'm starting to get towards the feeling that they're back full time, but we'll have to wait and see. But all I'm saying is, guys, this botch, I consider this as an accident. I don't want to compare other instances, because they were accidents too. Like the Seth Rollins ones that he did to Cena, that it was an accident when he broke Cena's nose, that was an accident. The one where Seth retired Sting, that was obviously an accident. That was a freak accident. And the one that happened to Finn Balor, that was also an accident. But people can't say that, oh, these three instances with Seth Rollins was an accident, and then Brie injures Liv Morgan, and then everybody's just raging their heads off and be like, oh, no, oh, Brie Bella's dangerous. Brie Bella is an unsafe worker. She needs to leave. You know? I understand she's been doing many, many botches since coming back. But there's no reason to call her an unsafe worker, considering that Seth Rollins has made these mistakes a couple of times. Like I said, I don't want to use these excuses. Also, the one with Sasha Banks when she injured Paige. I know that Sasha didn't mean it. Obviously, Sasha didn't mean that. Everybody doesn't mean what they do in the ring. So, Brie didn't mean it. Whether if it was her fault, whether if it was Liv Morgan's fault for not selling the move correctly, and the referee continued to let the match go, even though Liv Morgan was injured. I do wish Liv Morgan a speedy recovery. I don't know if we don't know if she's still going to be able to compete at the Super Showdown. I don't think the concussion is that bad. But we will wait and see about that. So that's that. That's the whole Liv Morgan situation. Let's move on. We're gonna talk about Batista and Evolution have been confirmed for SmackDown 1000 on October 18th or 16th, whatever. All I know is that they're back, and all I'm gonna say is that it is good to see Batista back, but the first question I want to know is, why SmackDown? Why Evolution gonna be on SmackDown? Evolution was never a SmackDown faction. They were a Raw faction. Even when they came back in 2014, they were a Raw faction. They were never really a part of SmackDown Live. Yeah, they were a part of SmackDown Live as solo guys, but as a faction, they were never on SmackDown as a faction. So, and Batista is going to be the main focus here, because this is a big deal here for Batista. That Batista has been very, very vocal that he has been wanting to come back to the WWE. He's been wanting to come back to WWE for a long time now. He's been wanting to come back for ages now. He's been wanting to clean up. He wanted to have one more run. And the one thing I respect about Batista, guys, is that he doesn't want to be like your Brock Lesnar's, your Dwayne The Rock Johnsons, your Undertakers. He doesn't want to be Mr. I come back for a few matches, get a big payment, and then leave. He doesn't want to do that. That's not Batista. He wants to come back for a full-time schedule, even do house shows, and have one more legit run. And that is what I respect about Batista. I respect the fact that he and all I'm saying is that maybe this whole reunion could possibly be a way to set up what Batista has been asking for. Batista's been asking to have one more feud with Triple H, and as far as I know why, it was because of what happened in 2014, that Batista came back, won the Royal Rumble, and he was never given his one-on-one match at the time, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Batista and Triple H never gave it to him. He wanted him and Randy Orton to help him deal with the Shield, and so that's basically the gist of it, of why Batista could be coming back. I think that should be the reason why, because there's really no other legit reason. In my opinion, there's really no other reason why you would bring Evolution back. I think the solo reason should be because of Batista wanting one more match with Triple H. Maybe they're gonna start teasing it there, and hopefully this is where Batista finally gets his one last run at WrestleMania 35 to take on Triple H. Anyway, guys, that's basically the end of this story. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you all on Tuesday when I do my Monday Night Raw review. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Comment your opinions down below. What are your thoughts of both stories? And be sure to follow me on my Twitter if you haven't done so, at PBalentine95. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you guys later.